worst kind of parasite. Only taking...
Seems to me you're against a guy making...
Do not throw the ball in the house.
So Atlas asked me to figure out where to strike first when we bust out of this place, but, you know, it all depends on when we get out. You know, I mean, November 5th, it's a big founding of Rapture shindig at Fort Frolic. Valentine's Day, you know, I mean, Arcadia is real popular. If it's near New Year's Eve, then, hey, we could pop the corks off all the stuffed shirts down at the Kashmir restaurant.
Another coded message. Attempt to retrieve Ace in the Hole from Suchong unsuccessful. Ryan Private Security killed 3 of our men in the bargain. We'll need to explore alternate means of obtaining Ace. Hypnotize Big Daddy.
Coming next year.
Of course.
Obscene. There are no excuses in Rapture.
The urge to destroy is also a creative urge. When we lay waste to your mind, is that a new subject? Come!
Welcome to the Circus of Value!
Let's test your mettle!
There's bathyspheres, there's bound to be CO2 swimmers.
And why is that?
If you don't remove the carbon dioxide from the air supply in a submersible, it's suffocating. One thing I did like about Rapture, lots of new books to read. But we'll need a long-haul bathysphere, something where the CO2 buildup would limit the submersible period.
Don't go walking down Lover's Lane without
seen all this happen before. I've seen everything that will happen, and now I only see darkness.
You sent yourself here for a reason.
A debt.
That's what you want to call it.
This Atlas. I'm gonna have to kill him. Either that or he'll kill me.
Maybe so.
I'm not you, Booker. Some war hero. I'm not even me anymore. No tears, no omniscience, or whatever you want to call it. Just a whole lot of book learning. And a handful of lockpicks. The humpback whale. That thing is as old as the hills. Strictly bargain basement. You gotta wear an O2 tank and a mask. We won't find a script on that. Oh, the 52 Mako. Classic. But it's a death trap. 28 known fatalities related to its use. Carbon dioxide poisoning. And they're still on the market. There. The Stingray. Submersible time of 90 minutes. That's our girl.
All the way up there.
The grease monkeys had to get it up there somehow. Just gotta find the controls.
Criminal dealings.
No, don't you dare. Gums up the works so Ryan can make you his slave. All these jerks, meat puppets, Kara. All of them. I'm the only one who knows the score.
Where'd you go last night? That's odd. Some kind of idiot.
Surrounding Fontaine's department store have been seeded with an extensive number of magnetic mines.
No one around?
Where are you?
I still have the ability to scare off the fish.
Fontaine's is going to be what you make of it. Great.
I saw where you went.
I'll look everywhere.
I know. You're a victim.
Big shot around here. Oh, what's that? Cookie face?
That only seems to be knocking them back.
You're only gonna do real damage that way. They don't see you coming.
You don't have my permission to leave. Expose your frailties to me! You left me with nothing! Don't leave me! Paper. Spying on me again.
Come back and clean it all up.
Everyone wants a piece of me!
You don't belong here.
I ain't got time for this.
Just another look-see.
I've been on something.
What if they're just waiting for me?
It appears
Our
our
you
time is
gossip
up
about me.
now.
How could you just walk away?
You're only Calm yourself.
You don't have my permission to leave.
Of course, the buildings are being fabricated above the waves. But we will lower them on a lunette ring, submerged into the structure's steel frames. So much steel, you wonder. How will we keep so large a purchase from the government? Water is buoyant. We shall not frame Rapture in steel, but in aluminium. The government jackals may suspect me of building an air force, but never a city.
Paper. Spying on me again. Don't leave me! You don't have my permission to leave. You. Hurry up and come out. I got a lot of irons in the fire.
Oh, can you rationalize cowering? If you're going to disappear before my diagnosis, why did you come in the first place?
I didn't say you could go.
Here's a bell.
Whereabouts of the foreign bitch scientist unknown. Ryan presumes she's dead, but our guess is she's gone underground with the Little Sisters. Options on obtaining the ace are dwindling.
Hurry up and come out. I got a lot of irons in the fire. Come back! Let's see this through! Together! You don't have my permission to leave.
Oh, can you rationalize cowering?
This is gonna be noisy.
Like some cognitive primitive.
Come on! What do you want to do? Watch Everyone's on the pitch!
Tenenbaum. Sometimes I pity the little freak. Such a tiny imagination. Content to sit there with the tanks of Adam tweaking and optimizing. I need to create. Adam is a canvas of a genetic modification, but the plasmids are the paint.
Come on! What are you running away for?
this is. Incessant, unbounded pride in my respectable entrepreneurial affairs.
Dressing you down? Far from it.
You! Come! Make yourself heard! Come back! Let's see this through! Together!
My colleague appears indisposed.
Let us continue this face to face!
Only weak fear combat. Like some cognitive friend.
Confront your witness!
You're only hiding from yourself. If you're going to disappear before my diagnosis, why did you come in the first place?
A rapture reminder. The waters surrounding Fontaine's department have been seeded with an extensive number of magnetic
Not
lines.
about that.
They are very sensitive. Do yourself a favor. Leave any thoughts of escape to
Right.
the room. Life down in Fontaine's is going to be what you make of it. So make it great.
Me and a couple of the other guys, but like I said, friends.
Your imperfections will gang up on you, right? Excised. Like tumorous growth.
Heard that. Clear as a bell. Stay! We may make more of you yet. Come!
You in the bedroom? Come here, baby. I ain't sore.
Ryan's minefield is well laid out, grant him that. Yeah, but what security system made that ain't got a hole or two in it? If I was taking book down at Fort Frolic, I wouldn't like my odds. If I jig left when I should go right, there ain't gonna be enough bits of me left to set a crab's table.
Got it. That was the last of it.
Now you think you can manage the repair?
Sure. I've been fixing quantum field generators since kindergarten.
can.
I hear you gossiping about me. Where'd you go?
Honey pie? You got a friend over? Come on. Don't leave me out here with my heart in my hand. Come back. I just want to talk is all. I always...
Love, I must confess, I'm becoming a wee bit skeptical.
Remind me, why am I supposed to care?
You see, me lads have taken a keen thirst for Adam, and there's a vintage right in front of me that'll do nicely.
If you kill her, I truly hope you are happy living down here. Put down roots, raise a family. Or maybe you think Andrew Ryan is going to ride to your rescue.
Fair enough. But remember, there are fast ways to harvest little sisters, and some very slow ones.
Come on, Annie, watch this. All right. Pay attention. That's Andrew Ryan. That's right. Ryan's got the formula. That's right. I know what you're here for. I ain't letting a good lead like you get away!
You know you don't belong here.
Nothing. Ryan's playing them all like a cheap fiddle. He plays, you know how they dance.
Up with Aaron. Snipe hunting. More gold and a profitable use of time.
I won't hurt anybody if I don't have to say.
Don't seem Jake to me. I ain't no moron.
Come on, matey. Let's work something out.
Don't leave me! Not again.
My ears are burning. Your heart.
perfect phosphor frequency, but it'll do. Now we won't immediately die of CO2 poisoning the moment we turn the thing on. I need to cool the transformer at the top of the device, or the whole thing will overheat. I'll need to actually use Old Man Winter on the transformer. Okay, that should stop it from overheating. There, everything's fixed. We're ready.
Let's fire it up and see. What did I tell you?
Look. We're on the First Lady. It can't be this easy. The First Lady Mark II was built around a particle lift system just like all the buildings in the city. I read all about it in the Columbian Scientific. The particle's seated at the top of the structure. Must be up that lift. Perfect.
Technology just to float an airship. Comstock never heard of hydrogen.
The First Lady Mark I did run on hydrogen, and it was destroyed by a single bullet from a Vox sniper. Unfortunately, the Prophet wasn't on board at the time. If I take the active particle, then the First Lady is just a 40-ton... Here we go. Now let's head back through that tear.
You honestly expect Atlas to honor his side of the deal?
No, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
How do you plan on handling Atlas? He ain't just some spliced-up maniac.
He'll make a mistake. I just have to be ready to take advantage of it when it happens.
All for a girl you barely know.
How well did you know me when you came to Columbia? Nothing but trouble that way. Best to head straight back to Rapture.
Pretty lady not finished yet.
What? Open the tear.
Power for device very expensive. Tit for tat.
Just tell me what you want.
Such a want something simple. Lock of hair.
Oh, you're not serious.
Not your hair, stupid. Fink has a secret life. Mothballed, forgotten. In there, hair sample. In jar. Cannot miss it. You get for suture. Then everybody friends.
Where's his lab?
Closed off, past Fink's quarters. You smart lady, you find.
Should have seen that one coming.
Vox Populi. We must have arrived right in the middle of the siege.
That means the other you and I are probably inside the factory. On our way up to the First Lady.
And what happens if we run into ourselves?
We won't.
How do you know that?
Because we didn't.
I've taken your counsel, and you done me good service, but I will not hurt the boy. I will see Fink and Comstock burn, but I will not hold the son to account for the deeds of his father.
You've misunderstood us.
We neither asked you to harm the child.
Nor did we promise that yours would be the hand that would set Comstock's world afire.
A famous man once said,
And a famous man shall say,
I may reach the mountaintop,
but I fear I shall never visit the valley below.
But You mean I won't live to see the... No.
It's up to you what matters more.
Your part in the play?
Or the play itself.
Someone is coming.
She'll arrive, a girl.
She must leave. A woman.
And what makes the difference between a girl and a woman?
Blood.
Your part in the play.
Or the play itself.
Turn her into a killer? How?
Give the girl no choice.
And she will be forced to make one.
Those who had all will have nothing. Those who idle shall talk. Say it.
Long live Daisy Destroyer. Long live the Vox Populi. The cause justifies.
Those who idled. You're next, you hear me?
We abide neither dilly-dalliers nor malingerers. Address your order promptly, or find your contract terminated, and all orders bastards.
My living quarters got reassigned, all right. I'm sleeping in Fink's bed tonight.
altered state of being, or...
What's that thing you just picked up?
My guess is that it has something to do with that giant clock out there. And that clock has something to do with opening the door to Fink's lab.
A giant clock?
Sort of. Looks like the mechanism unlocks certain activities when Fink gives his blessing.
So what? We're stuck waiting for the cuckoo to go off?
No. We've already found the clock key. We can manually wind it. Open whatever door we please.
Sure seems like a lot of work to lock down a few doors.
There's one thing Fink loves.
Sea slugs. Goddamn sea slugs. Could that Oriental have come up with a more inconvenient fuel for his plasmids? If there is a God, and I've seen more evidence to the contrary than...
Good. Now to get that idiot his lock of hair.
Listen, I got you your gun. I'm here for my issue.
But my Booker DeWitt died for the Vox Populi. You either an imposter or a ghost. My Booker DeWitt was a hero to the cause, a story to tell your children. You just complicate the narrative.
Look, are you there? I miss you. You were the only one who ever... You were my only friend. Booker.
I'm not even here. I'm a projection of your own.
Could you humor me then? Please.
I think Booker would miss you.
Come out of there! Hunt you down! Oh, escape! Where are you? When I find you, this wasn't here before. Who's there?
Who's there? Jesus, it's ripe in here.
Say, somebody, fetch me a millionaire to clean this mess up. Back here.
Return, you got some currency, fella.
Death to oppressors!
What's going on?
Who done this? Someone about? Gun her down!
Still breathing.
Who did this?
You gonna answer for this, girl?
Daisy sacrificed herself. Set me up to kill her. To turn me into what?
A killer.
Yeah, well, mission accomplished. I'm no martyr. How did you do it, Booker? How did you...
Elizabeth, I'm not Booker.
And neither am I.
Now, I know there's been some concern about the nature of the work we do here at Fink Manufacturing. Why, some say they're uncomfortable with the purported harm and suffering our research brings. But friends, let me pose a simple question. Is there anything you would not do to guarantee the health and safety of your loved ones? My interest is the future health of your children. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Seems like Fink and Suchong were sharing their research.
Like the Luteces. Cross-reality collaboration. It all makes a kind of sense. The little sisters and the big daddies. Songbird and me.
Constants and variables. What is all this?
Imprinting. That's a wire mother. If you separate a gorilla from its real mother, it will imprint on almost anything. Even that.
Why would Fink care about that?
Songbird. He wanted him to imprint on me.
Well, if I recall, that was a problem he solved.
Poor things. Fink couldn't get them to imprint, so I left them to die. Imprinting failed. That can't be right. Clearly they formed a connection between Songbird and me.
How?
I was so young. I always remember him just being there. It must be a prototype or something.
Human.
Does it matter? I tried hypnotherapy.
On the Songbird. How'd that go?
About as well as you'd expect. Booker. remember. He'd crashed into the tower. I guess he was in some sort of fight. I waited there thinking, I don't know, that something would happen, but he just lay there, moaning. I couldn't just...
The lion with the thorn in its paw. So much for science.
I should have just left him there to die. I should have just... I will never escape it. Exploited, exploiting, me, Comstock, you, Sally. It's like a wheel of blood spinning round and round. Well, this must be the genetic sample Suchong wanted.
He sent you all the way back here for a sample of your own hair.
He doesn't know I was once the child that imprinted on Songbird. But to him, all of the answers lie in DNA. Men like Suchong mistake an ounce of empathy for a pound of science.
See if anything's worth reappropriating. Check for stragglers. Spread out. I heard you. Long live Izzy! Reappropriating. Check for stragglers. Spread out.
Somebody hide! No surrender!
What you got there?
Dunno. Just grabbing anything that looks halfway there.
Over here! Shake a leg!
Since when did you become Lord of Justice? Used to do for the man. But now at least I do for myself.
Where are you going? I heard you!
You'll die.
Do you think Daisy really even had a choice?
What do you mean?
Right about now, I'm planning a pair of scissors in her back to protect a child she was never going to harm. She chose to die for her revolution. What about me? For all the endless worlds, all the infinite possibilities. Did I ever even have a choice? Did you?
Yeah. Booker thought he did.
Look where it got us. Right back where we started. All these infinite universes. And yet we end up just going down the same paths.
I don't take your meaning.
My father sold me to settle a marker. Comstock locked me up in the tower. And I sold Sally for what? Clue the point?
And yet, here you are. settling the debt.
And say we find her. The old past there damage to the young. Isn't it too late for her now?
Well, I'd say that's up to her to decide. Just as coming back here was up to you.
Rapture runs on children. Little girls with gold growing in their bellies. I'm not gonna break any cycle.
Pretty lady has the hair. Deal is deal. Bring it to Suchong.
Pretty lady put hair sample in tube. Then, business is finished.
What's going on out there?
Bloodshed, violence, but not relevant to our arrangement.
Suchong, we had a deal, now open.
Do you know what they call someone who enters a man's home uninvited? A thief. And I do not remember inviting you into my city.
I had a deal with Suchong.
Yi Chong is my employee. It was not a deal he was authorized to make.
What do you want?
I granted Atlas and his thugs asylum. You serve those same men in a desire to escape from my generosity. If they shall not have asylum, then they shall have liquidation. Give a parasite an ounce of charity. They'll demand a pound.
I'm just looking for a girl that was taken from me. A little sister.
I don't claim to understand what you are, but I know that you are special. There is business we can do together. And so I give you a choice. Work for me or die with Atlas.
I'm not going anywhere without that girl.
If it's a little sister you want, that shouldn't stand in the way of commerce. I've got dozens of them.
I won't leave without her.
My men stand ready to take down the door. In 60 seconds, they will enter the room. They will either treat you as a valued employee of Ryan Industries or as a thief in the night.
60 seconds.
There must be half a dozen of them or more. I've got to get ready. Traps. I can use plasmids as traps in it and seed the room with them. Get somewhere to hide and surprise them. Take them down one by one. Booker, I'm scared.
They'll underestimate you, Elizabeth. People always do.
40 seconds. You know what I see on your face? Uncertainty. Who is this girl to you? 30 seconds. Do you know the value of the shark? Without them, the sea would be littered with the detritus of the weak. The men who come for you have much in common with those great animals. What sharks do for the ocean, these men do for rapture. 20 seconds. I will tell you something you already sense. Atlas does not honor agreements. Andrew Ryan does. I cannot save your Sally, but I can save you. Time. You're not a hero. You're not even a parasite. You're just a room. And Andrew Ryan has no time for rules.
What's going on? Don't think you can hide.
Ryan said the girl's gotta die first. I don't ask questions.
But this
disagreeable fellow, this Souchon.
That's surprising. I'd imagined he'd be right up your street.
I feel dirty sharing a universe with the man.
How poorly we see our own traits in others.
What do you mean?
You both see the world through a lens of science.
And what's wrong with that?
Ask young Miss Comstock.
I would, but I don't suppose she's any longer in a position to answer.
Seconds.
There must be half a dozen of them or more. I've got to get ready. Traps. I can use the plasmids as traps and seed the room with them. I gotta find somewhere to hide and surprise them. Take them down one by one. Booker, I'm scared.
They'll underestimate you, Elizabeth. People always do.
40 seconds. You know what I see on your face? Uncertainty. Who is this girl to you? 30 seconds. Do you know the value of the shark? Without them, the sea would be littered with the detritus of the weak. The men who come for you have much in common with those great animals. What sharks do for the ocean, these men do for rapture. 20 seconds. I will tell you something you already sense. Atlas does not honor agreements, and Orion does. I cannot save your Sally, but I can save you. Time. You're not a hero. You're not even a parasite. You're just a room. And Andrew Ryan has no time for rooms.
Do you know how much you... Show yourself! Come on out! Let's make this quick. Where is she? Lady, you're working my last nerve! Not in the mood for this hide and seek. Hide? That's how it's gonna be? Stupid jerk. Should have never stuck his neck out.